Hello, happy people. We're back with another egg cutting. Today we're cutting clutch number 8 of 2023. This is the third clutch in a row from my Hypo Pied project. The pairing was an Orange Dream, Enchi, Fire, Leopard, Pied, Het Hypo, 50% Het Ultramel male, to a Yellow Belly double Het Hypo Pied female. So it's very similar to the last egg cutting, except for, or at least to the last pairing, except for missing pastel, which is a good thing. The goal is to get some combo, well, ideally it would be combo Hypo Pieds to hold back and advance my project, but second to that would be combo Hypo animals that are 100% Het Pied. As you can see, I had to use light diffuser for this clutch. I actually ran out of easy hatch trays at one point. I only have 6 of them. Never expected that I'd have 6 clutches in the incubator at once. I'm not, a huge breeder or anything, just a hobby guy doing it out of my extra room in my basement here. So yeah, at one point I actually had 8 clutches in the incubator at once. Luckily, I already had some light diffuser laying around. I have a 65-gallon fish tank, and I use light diffuser to disperse the weight of the rocks when I'm setting up the landscape, the aquascape for those fish tanks. Anyway, so I had a bunch of light diffuser left over, just cut it down. Worked out just fine. I'm learning you can basically, use just about anything. It all seems to work equally well as long as you're keeping the eggs off the water from, so they're not directly touching it. Anyway, let's go. We got 2 eggs already pipped. Today is actually day 55, so they're 1 day early. Usually, for whatever reason, eggs have always been pipping exactly on day 56. Here and there, they might be a day early. This egg's got a little bit of dirt on it. That's okay. Well, it's a pied. I think that's a Hypo Pied, guys. Or am I crazy? Is that a Hypo Pied combo right off the top? Yeah, I think it is. Wow. That's what it looks like, because the head, like around the saddles and whatnot, it's not true black. It's almost like purplish. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Cool, right off the hop. Let's go. Yeah, look how dirty my hands got on 1 egg. All right, moving on. Egg number 2, you can see all the slash marks. This guy's been trying to cut his way out. Let's open her up. No way. It's another Hypo Pied. My odds this season have been crazy. Oh, I don't want to. He's pushing it right up against the egg there. Just trying to be careful. Look at that thing. Wow. It is a Hypo Pied. Let me see your head, dude. Wow. I say wow too much in these videos, but I am constantly amazed at what I'm doing. This is why I do it. It's so fun hatching these clutches. That thing's cool looking. Look how bright orange that is, and the pattern inside the saddles is like a purple. Let's keep moving. I'm trying to get these videos a bit shorter. They've been pushing them too long. They don't need to be that long, because the first half I usually don't even know what I'm looking at. All right, egg number 3. Okay. Let's see, what do we see here? I see yellow belly. Enchi. I was going to say Hypo, but no, I don't think so. Alright, well, we won't mess with it. We'll find out in a minute anyway. This guy's already ready to go exploring. Alright, egg number 4. If you've watched my previous videos, you probably know I'm terrible at IDing these animals in the egg. I still try, and I am slowly improving. But, you know, the second half of the video, often the IDs do not match up with what I was looking at originally. Look at how bright orange that is. Wow. Don't believe that's Hypo, but that's OD. My guess already is OD Fire Leopard Pied. Just from what I can see of the head and a little bit of pattern on the tail. Doesn't look like a lot of pattern on the rest of the body. Alright, and the final egg. A lot of dirt on these ones from when they were laid. Getting my hands all filthy, that's okay. Egg number 5. Let's go. See if we can get another hypopide. Well, it's another pied, so we're definitely having good odds on the pieds. But I can't see enough of it to go much beyond saying it's a pied. It's another very high white pied, unless... No, yeah, it's definitely a high white. It's going to make it harder to ID when it comes crawling out, but that's okay. Hopefully by the time we get to IDing these ones, we're experts, because we've ID'd the other 2 clutches that I'm waiting to shed out in the incubator. Okay, guys. As usual, we'll be right back with an update after they have crawled out and had a week or 2 to shed their skin. Stick around. Okay, here we are. It's about 3.5 weeks later. All these animals are already set up in their own tubs. But we do have a pretty reasonable idea on what the IDs are. So let's start with this one right here. This is an Enchi Fire Yellow Belly Het Pied. I believe in the egg I could confidently say Enchi Yellow Belly. Fire is one of those things, sometimes I don't see it right away unless I compare it to something else. This one's definitely fire. Enchi Fire Yellow Belly, Het Pied, 66% Het Hypo. Let's see if we can determine the sex of the animal. It's a female. So animal number 1, Enchi Fire Yellow Belly, Het Pied, 66% Het Hypo female. It's the only non-pied in the clutch. So I got good odds that way. Which one do we want to do next? I'll grab this one. Very high white. The male that I used for this project this year is through a lot of very high white animals. Well, I shouldn't blame it on the male. I don't know. But an unusually large number of the animals were high white, even if they had no, fire in them and whatnot. But that's okay. I like high white ones as well. I do prefer the higher patterned animals. Anyway, this here is a OD Leopard Pied. 66% Het Hypo. I think originally I thought it might have fire. Not a lot of pattern to go on. You just kind of go by the tone of the head and the hue, if that's the right way to put it, of the orange, where you can find it. It's easy to see when you have one with fire in it beside it, what the difference is. Is hue the right word? I don't know. I gotta improve my vocabulary when it comes to identifying or talking about these colors, because I don't necessarily have the right words all the time. Saturation, maybe. It's whatever however you want to put it. The tone of the orange is a lot different once fire's in there, and the tone of the head. Leopard is something I don't really care that much if it's in or not in Pieds. It's awesome in a lot of combos and with a lot of recesses, but with just Pied, it's like take it or leave it kind of thing. Down the road, when I start putting these projects together, because eventually the Hypo Clown stuff I'm working on will go to my Hypo Pied project, and we'll start working the triple. At that point, maybe I'll care if Leopard's in there, but for now, most of the time, take it or leave it kind of thing. But anyway, animal number 2. Oh, I guess we should check the sex. Let's see. I think that's a male, and his hemipenes just don't want to pop out for me. We'll check again another day. Not a big deal. Animal number 3. All right, so this one's an OD fire pied. The tone on the head, like it's like a lot lighter and brighter. Let's see, the tail has a little bit of color on the tail also, like the last one. But the color of the orange is a bit different. It's a bit brighter, but not as saturated. Hopefully those are the right words to use. I don't know how to describe, but you get the idea. Another very high white. I'm calling this one possible leopard. Not sure. Don't really care, like I said before, that much. Let me see. That's a male for sure. So OD fire pied, possible leopard, 66% head hypo. Okay, and on to the last 2. I'll start with this one. These ones are beautiful. This is hard to ID for me, at least. I mean, obviously they were both hypopieds. Should have been a little more confident of that when I saw them in the egg. But beyond that, it's hard to say. OD hypo for sure, and I was, thinking Enchi just when I saw this blown out, but like there's still a lot of remnants of the back, the dorsal stripe, even though most of it's blown out. Pretty sure at this point I think it's just OD hypopied. The other animal has fire in it, and the head is a lot lighter. You'll see in a second. And the other one also has Enchi, I'm sure, and you can tell that the pattern is a lot more blown out than this. Stunning animal either way. OD hypopied. And this one, I confess, I did already check the sex on these last 2. They're both males. So this one will be made available at some point. And I'll probably be keeping this one. So OD Enchi fire hypopied. So stunning animal. I love the amount of pattern it's got going on. This one's a bit feisty. It's probably going to try to bite me now that I'm thinking about it. I remember this is the one that tries to snap at me. But you can see there's, no remnant of the dorsal at all. It's all been blown out. The tone of the animal, especially in the head when they're side by side, is a lot lighter. So OD Enchi fire hypopied. And this one is a male also. Likely going to be holding back until at least my next season. Make sure I have a few males. But and like I said, I don't really care about leopard that much anyway in the project, so having this one will be awesome. Ideally, try to make some super OD hypopieds or super OD super Enchi hypopieds would be just amazing. But gonna have long odds on that kind of stuff. But that's the direction we're going anyway. So that's the last animal of the clutch. Thanks for checking it out, guys. If this is the kind of thing you're into, please feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, like, and all that, and we'll see you on the next one.